That money line, yeah. That money line, yeah. That money line, yeah. That money line, yeah. That money line, 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 that money line. Bet money, all the time, all the time. Spread got you, yeah. Total got you, lose your mind. It's about time, boy. You use that money line. It's about time, boy. You use that money line. Bet money, all the time. The spread got you, totals got you, lose your mind. It's about time you use that money line. That money line, that money line, that money line. For sports betting consulting, email us at moneylineparlays@gmail.com. That money line, yeah. That money line, yeah. That money line, yeah. That money line, 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 that money line. Welcome to Moneyline Parlays, weekend edition of college football. Please, everyone, like, subscribe, and hit the notification so we can get you the Moneyline straight bets and parlays. Our goal is to get expected value out of every pick and parlay, win or lose. Let's get to the money picks. All right, guys and gals, this is the first part of this video. I'm going to make two of them. This is games for the 11 o'clock games. I didn't want to go into the later ones because there's a lot of games today. So we're going to talk about the first ones, and there's a couple of upsets in these games that I'm thinking is going to happen. And the first one is number 4, Florida State and Clemson. This is going to be a tight battle. And to be honest with you, I think Florida State is going to lose its rank as being number 4 because Clemson is favored to beat them, believe it or not. I mean, you can play the money line you want, but I'm going to go with the 2 points because I figure it's going to be kind of close, but I think Clemson will beat Florida State today. Next game, I took Texas A&M on the money line. I didn't want to go with Auburn because the projections show that it's going to be a close game. Texas A&M will win, but it'll probably be by only like 4 points. But, I just felt comfortable with taking the Texas A&M on the money line. Let's see, I'll do this. Next game we have will be Oklahoma versus Cincinnati. This game here, I'm looking at being a blowout. I think they give you enough points to side with Oklahoma. I'm trying to look at the data I have on it. Says that Oklahoma is going to blow this team out. I'm trying to locate it. All right, yeah. So it looks like Oklahoma's really probably should beat this team by 25 points. So Oklahoma, that's one of my favorite plays of the morning. And I also like the next game, which is TCU versus SMU. I have TCU minus 6.5. And let's find that game. Yeah, I have them winning by at least 23 points. So those two games are definitely a favorite of mine. I'll try to come up with a parlay at the end of the video. I think I'll play some straight bets too, but I also have some parlays. I'll talk about some more games that are coming up on the slate that you'd probably be surprised that they're going to win, about the teams that'll win. Just hold on, I get to the next games. We'll go from there. All right. So we have the next game be Kentucky versus Vanderbilt, a SEC matchup. This is a vision game. So I didn't like the points that they gave Kentucky. I'm thinking or Vanderbilt. Uh, I'm gonna stick with Kentucky on the money line at minus 535. I mean that's a lot. I would use this one to parlay with another team. You can take Texas A&M and Kentucky and put them together if you like. But yeah, I decided to go with them. I just didn't like the points on the totals or the spread for Vanderbilt. They gave them enough points, but uh, let's see, Vandy and Kentucky. But I just don't see Vandy covering it. You know, and I've taken some bets like that before. I just feel comfortable with the money line on that one, even though it's so much. I would just use this game if even if I mean, it's just information. I wouldn't, you know, you can leave it if you want, but I have Kentucky winning by 14 points. So that's why I didn't want to take Vanderbilt because it's just projection, but um, they're pretty accurate, and I just felt like um, the score could change, and you have Vandy, and it won't cover the Vandy won't cover the spread, but that's on you if you want to take the plus 13 and a half. It's there for you. I just figured, for the sake of this video, I go with the money line and use it as a pick to for a 3 or 4 leg parlay. The next game will be Syracuse versus Army West Point. This game here is going to be another blowout. I figure Syracuse is going to beat them good fashion. I have to go and look for this score. Hold on for a second. There's a ton of games out there. All right, so we got Syracuse at least beating Army by 26 points. So I'm figuring Syracuse should cover. Matter of fact, I'm gonna write that one down myself. All right, so we're going to the next game. Okay, these two games here are going to be ones that I'm talking about. As far as you'll be surprised that they'll beat these teams. I'm talking about Rice versus South Florida. Uh, they have South Florida at plus 2.5, and I have South Florida beating Rice by 8 points. So if you play the plus 2.5, that'll be good. I mean the money line's there for plus 120 if you like. That's just on how you want to play it. I'm taking the points plus 2.5. Next game will be also I wouldn't call it an upset, but people would be surprised that Virginia Tech and Marshall are going to play each other. I have Virginia Tech upsetting Marshall, so I put the points with plus 5.5 with Virginia Tech. Also, we'll talk about the West Virginia game coming up. That'll be later on, but that's upset city. I have Texas Tech beating West Virginia, but that game won't come on till later, so it'll be on part two of it. But just keep that in mind. All right, so we at the last of the games that I'll cover for part one is Western Kentucky versus Troy. I have Western Kentucky at plus 3.5. I'm trying to locate this game. Hold on for a second. Should be. Yeah, all right. So I have West Kentucky beating Troy by 2 points. So I took the spread on here. I took the points with Western Kentucky, and let's hopefully they'll win. I might play it as a straight bet too because it's minus 110. Also, like the next game that's coming up is Northern Illinois versus Tulsa. Northern Illinois is pretty good this year. They already have an upset under their belt. So I don't feel like Tulsa will be the problem. I feel the points that they're giving out are not enough for me to go to the run line. I'm going with Northern Illinois on the money line. Next game be Toledo versus Western Michigan. Let's find this game because I want to explain it right. These teams here, um, nobody's really paying attention to them. But Toledo is a pretty good football team, and they only the Broncos are only returning two starters on D. So this is pretty much brand new defense for Western Michigan. So I have Toledo beating Western Michigan at least by 37 points. So they should cover the spread at minus 21.5. Last game will be Georgia Southern versus Ball State. Georgia Southern is favored to beat Ball State by 10 points. So I have the minus 6 in for Georgia Southern to beat Ball State. Well, this ends part one of the Saturday edition for college football. Most of the top 25 teams are going to play later on. They have some that's playing early, like Florida State. But like I said, um, for now, that's the only one I see that's getting probably going to get beat. Um, Stay tuned for the rest of the picks. I have some more good picks, but I didn't want to put them all on one video. Um, I wish you guys luck. Please leave a comment in the community or on this video about what you feel, what you like. I'm always ready to listen, to people and their advice. So, let's get to it. Let's make some money today. I'm getting ready to tell you the final picks that I like, and maybe you can put them in a parlay or find some kind of way to make the picks that I have work for you. All right, I have a 5-game parlay. I like the Clemson game, but I think with that game, you should play it separate from anything else. Don't put it in a parlay because um, I feel as if Clemson can beat them, but the last games that they played, it you couldn't see it. So um, let's see what happens. I mean, right now I have them, you know, losing, so we're gonna skip that one. I'm gonna start off with number 16, Oklahoma minus 14 on the spread. Okay, we're going to take TCU and minus 6.5, and I'll show you guys that I'm gonna play this too. So we're also gonna go with Syracuse minus 13 and South Florida plus 2.5, and Virginia Tech plus 5.5. That's the 5 games that we have. I'll post them in the community. And thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and if you want the notifications, hit that too, so I can get you the Moneyline straight bets and parlays. Let's get to the money. Thank you guys for listening. You have a good day. Wait for part 2 to come out, and let me know if you guys make any money with these bets that I gave you. Thanks.